Welcome to another exciting episode of Inner Peace Better Health. I'm your host, Saima, and today we have a truly fascinating guest with us, Bonnie Dia Angelo. I hope I got your name right. If not, I'd appreciate it if you could teach me the correct way.
Yeah, that was pretty close. It's D. Arcangelo.
Bonnie Dia Angelo. Okay, so Bonnie is a clinical herbalist and holistic health consultant with a Master of Science in Herbal Medicine. She's also certified aromatherapist with the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapy. As the co-founder of Etherbo and the founder of Veusebeia Phytotherapy Center, Bonnie blends science and herbal medicine to create advanced topical products that provide relief and promote healing. So Bonnie's journey is nothing short of inspiring. She has helped hundreds of people live pain-free lives and find relief from various ailments. And today we'll dive deep into the concept of healing within through the skin, exploring how our largest organ can be a gateway to overall health and well-being. So, Bonnie, welcome to the show. Let's start with the basics. So, how does the skin play a role in our overall health and well being?
Well, our skin is the largest organ of our body, and most
Mhm.
people think of the skin as being this impermeable boundary, but we actually absorb a lot of toxins from our environment, and pretty much everything that comes in contact with the skin is absorbed to some degree. So there's a lot of research being done on transdermal applications, meaning, vitamin patches that can be put on the skin to help you to absorb vitamins and minerals through the skin. And this is important because a lot of people's gut and digestive health is in really poor condition. And so they're not absorbing the nutrients from their food that they need. And so being able to apply those nutrients through the skin ensures a greater absorption rate than if they were to ingest the same substance.
Can you
So
share? Mhm.
go ahead.
No, please continue.
So that's part of what Etherbo, my company, is doing is we are researching new methods of delivery through a topical application. And so we have a patent pending formula that allows for a delivery with a base of orthosilicic acid, which is basically the macronutrient silicon that helps it to pass that skin barrier and go deeper into the cell's tissues.
So, can you share an example of how treating the skin can lead to improvements in the other areas of health?
Yeah, so just the same as let's say, so we're working on a formula right now, which is a lung formula. And so just the same as if I was to take a supplement or a drug or an herbal medicine and ingest it in my body, it goes through a series of digestive processes, mostly triggered by the liver and digestive enzymes. And the body has to assimilate it and then use it. And sometimes this can work and go to the lungs and help with lung health, but most of the time you're only absorbing 30 or 40% of the supplements, herbal medicines that you ingest. And so with a topical application where it's applied directly over the lungs, you get a couple of benefits. One, you get the benefit of the aromatherapy, which is instantly crossing that blood-brain barrier. And so the body is instantly recognizing it. And secondly, you get that transdermal application. So when people are struggling with lung congestion, by applying a topical application of the lungs, it's able to penetrate deep to that lung tissue without having to go through the metabolic processes of the body that digest and assimilate the substances.
It's really incredible to think about how interconnected our body systems are. The skin truly is a window to our internal health. Now, your work involves blending science and herbal medicine. So, how do you ensure that your topical products are both effective and safe?
Yeah, so we use all natural substances to make our formula. So for instance, our orthosilicic acid
Mhm.
is essentially made from crushed quartz crystal because silica is quartz crystal. It's also sand. And so there's lots of different varieties of orthosilicic acid on the market. And some of them are deriving them from sand. Some of them are deriving them from quartz crystals. It depends on the company that's making them. But they all go through a chemical process in our lab, again, using all natural ingredients that creates a new molecular formula, a new element after this chemical reaction takes place. And this makes this thing called orthosilicic acid. So whereas we can't ingest or use sand, it's not water soluble and it's not assimilated by the body. So we take that same substance that has a lot of nutrient benefits and we change its chemical structure in our lab through a very simple chemical reaction. And we come out with this substance referred to as orthosilicic acid. And orthosilicic acid is really important because there's this thing called Dalton sizes. And essentially, we're looking at the molecular weight and size of a molecule. And it has to be a certain Dalton size or smaller in order for it to pass through the skin or to cross the skin-blood-brain barrier. And so through our processes, we ensure that our orthosilicic acid has a very small Dalton size of 64, which allows it to cross through and pass through the skin. So it's allowing a substance to get farther past that skin. And then we add herbal ingredients. Again, they're just extracts from herbs that have a subcellular localization for the endocytic vesicles. And what the endocytic vesicles are essentially like the little transport vehicles that move things in and out of the cells of our body. So you can think of them as like a little van or a delivery truck that goes inside the cell and delivers the medicine. And then it also moves metabolic waste back out. And what is even more important about our topical formulas is they are an amphiphilic molecule, which means that we've bonded water and oil together. And this is really important because our body internally, our cells have what's called a lipid bilayer. So they have a hydrophobic and a hydrophilic tail, meaning a water-loving side and an oil-loving side. And it protects the cell from things getting in and out of it. And so our patent-pending formula mimics the cell's structure by having that amphiphilic bond of water and oil. So the cell recognizes it as similar to self, and it's able to move more easily in and out of the cell, which is why our topicals are so effective at relieving people's symptoms, particularly pain and inflammation, is because it's designed to go in and out of the cell. And it's all done naturally. There's no chemicals in any of our formulas.
That's noteworthy. Can you share some common misconceptions about herbal medicine that you encountered and how do you address them?
Yeah, so I think some of the common misconceptions about herbal medicine, well, there's a lot of them, but I think one of the big ones is that they're not effective. And then number two being that people think that herbal medicine is completely safe because it's natural. So like anything, like any drug on the market, you can have herbal interactions. So with, particularly there's a lot of herb drug interactions that happen. And that's number one reason why a lot of herbal medicine is claimed to be unsafe, because it's interacting with pharmaceutical drugs. But then the other thing is the claim that herbal medicine isn't effective. And that's because one of the low absorption rate of the herbal medicine in the body when it's taken internally. And two, herbal medicine is different than a pharmaceutical drug. A pharmaceutical drug is designed to work instantly upon ingestion in the body. They're also designed to have a certain delivery amount of the particular drug that can pass through that metabolic process. So 100% of it is absorbed into the body versus herbal medicine, you're getting rates between 30 to 60% absorption. But herbal medicine doesn't work instantaneously. Some herbal medicine can take up to 3 to 6 months before you see the effects of it on the body. So there's a longer scale time that you have to take an herb versus a pharmaceutical drug. But the beautiful thing about herbal medicine, that even though you have to take it on a longer term basis, it's working to heal and restore the body versus pharmaceutical drugs are designed to work only on the symptomatic problem. They don't heal and restore the body for long-term use. They just essentially kind of put a band-aid or cover up the problem. But a lot of times there can be other side effects. Versus if I take an herb, say ashwagandha, for long-term use, it's an adaptogen in the body. So it's not only going to help with my initial problem that I'm taking it for, but it's also going to help to restore a lot of the other systems in the body because it is having a systemic effect where it is bringing everything in the body back into balance, not just one thing.
I had this ashwagandha for some time and it really worked well for me. And it's really fascinating to hear about the process behind creating these products. It really highlights the importance of, combining traditional wisdom with modern science. Now, many people struggle with chronic pain and skin conditions. So, how can herbal medicine and aromatherapy provide relief for these issues?
So, herbal medicine for chronic pain management is actually really useful, especially if you're ensuring that proper delivery. So, there are a lot of herbs, and I'm just going to say the disclaimer that when I use words like anti inflammatory and analgesic, when we refer to them in herbal medicine, they're not the same as, again, a pharmaceutical drug. Their effects are analgesic like. So, a lot of herbs upon application, especially essential oils, have an instantly calming effect on the body because they trigger receptors within the body. So, we have receptors all over. Most of them are our nervous systems, but we also have to look at the body as an energetic system. And this is something we didn't even discuss about the orthosilicic acid. Or orthosilicic acid exists in what's called a plasma hydrate state. So there's actually 4 phases of water. For anyone who wants to know a little more about that, there's a wonderful book by Gerald Pollack called The Fourth Phase of Water. So we have liquid, solid, and gaseous, but we also have this plasma state of water. And all of us know that our bodies are approximately 80% water. But the water in our body is not in that liquid state. Otherwise, it would start seeping out of our pores. The water in our body is in a plasma state. So it's more like a gel. And the orthosilicic acid is in that same plasma state. And what is unique about plasma over water, ice, and steam is that it can conduct electromagnetic energy. And so a lot of people don't know space is not just empty, open space. It is actually 99.9% plasma. So space is filled with a plasma that conducts electromagnetic energy. And that is how signals and energy is sent throughout space. Our bodies are identical. We are essentially like a large, kind of think of us as a battery or a magnet that's conducting energy, electromagnetic energy. And so by using something in a plasma state, we're helping to restore an energetic balance to the body. So this improves those nerve signals. So this is where acupuncture is really big because they're helping to restore the signal from one part of the body to the other along our meridian lines. Well, having a plasma that is supercharged with herbal medicine is also helping to restore those meridian signals by reconnecting and realigning those electrical conductions throughout the body. So when people are suffering from chronic pain, a lot of times we have nerves that are sending a signal from a particular place in the body because there's inflammation. And so the body is sending a signal that says there's something wrong here. And the body sends all kinds of little workers to go to that area to fix it. So by delivering topically, an herbal medicine, it essentially gives those little cell workers of our bodies the tools they need. We call them shovels and rakes to help to repair that place. But then you also have the silicon, which is in a plasmic state that helps to rebuild connective tissues like collagen and elastin. And so you're supporting the repair of those electrical conductions. We also include in all of our topicals a monoatomic gold. So this is often referred to as orbitally rearranged monoatomic elements. And what is really important about this monoatomic gold is that it is a nerve conductor and helps to repair the myelin sheath. So we're coming at that pain and inflammation from many different ways, but primarily looking at restoring those energetic signals of the body. So the herbal medicine is helping to reduce the pain and inflammation by the nature of the herb itself. And then the other ingredients in the topicals are helping to repair those energetic signals. So it tells the body to shut off that pain signal and allow repair to start happening. Because as long as the body is in like a fight or flight mode where it's saying there's pain and inflammation and it's signaling to the body that something's wrong, it's unable to switch into the state of healing, just like a human being who is constantly in fear. Their body becomes in a state where it's no longer repairing its cellular damage that occurs on a natural daily basis, which is why dealing with our emotional, internal, psychological issues can really help to bring healing and restoration to the body too, because it refocuses the energy of the body on repairing cellular damage. So if you keep a person in a state of fear for extended periods of time, their body starts to deteriorate. So being able to help to switch over those electrical signals from a signal of pain and inflammation to a signal of restoration is helping to move the body through these stages of wound healing and wound repair.
Got to know a lot of things. Can you share some specific herbs or essential oils that you find particularly effective for certain conditions?
Yeah, so okay, I'll share a couple of my favorites. So I love the combination of herbs. I think that singular herbs have their purpose, but when combined with other herbs, they help to support each other. It's like a person by yourself, you can only do so much, but if you combine it with somebody else, you can get a lot of work done. So one of my favorites is the combination of juniper and cypress. And I use this in a couple of my formulas because it helps to improve circulation and to repair vascular integrity of the veins themselves. So you'll find the combination of juniper and cypress in our topical formula that we created for those suffering from neuropathy, and in our topical formula regen vein that we use for people who have varicose veins, which is essentially the loss of the integrity of the vascular system. And so the combination of those two helps to tighten, straighten, tone, and improve circulation. So that would be one of my top favorite herbal combinations. The other one that I really love is, and these two are really simple ones that a lot of people can grow in their backyard, is marjoram and turmeric. These two together help to calm inflammation and reduce pain. And so those two are found in our Three Kings Plus formula, which is one of our most popular formula because people use it for a wide range of pain and inflammation. And we have a lot of people who come to us and say, I have been suffering in pain for years and nothing has worked. I've tried everything from pharmaceutical pain medications to physical therapy, you name it, they've tried it. And I attest part of the benefit of that topical to the combination of marjoram and turmeric together.
Those are really great insights, Bonnie. It's amazing that how nature provides us with so many powerful healing tools. Thank you
It
so
does.
much. Yeah. See, please continue.
Yeah, nature, one of my favorite things is so I have a big garden and I live kind of in a downtown urban area. And so people by and ask questions. And my favorite thing to do is to take them for a walk through my garden, because 90% of what I grow in my garden is either edible or medicinal, but you wouldn't know it because it's not like your typical broccoli, kale, cabbage stuff that people have growing in their gardens, or tomatoes. They look like plants, and some of them look like flowers or weeds. And so my neighbor has 3 little girls, and they come over and they get to eat flowers and try things in my garden, and they all have medicinal purposes. And so some of the best medicine that nature has for us are what we call weeds. And the weeds are beautiful because the earth keeps trying to make more of them and grow them wherever humans are, because it's a signal to us that these are really, really important. So here in my local area, everybody tries to get rid of their dandelions, and they're considered a weed. And there's pesticides that are made just for getting rid of the dandelions. But dandelions provide one of the best medicines that we can have in our backyard. And the leaves, the roots, and the flowers are all edible. And all 3 parts of the flowers have a different medicinal purpose. And so I love, like, you don't have to have a big garden. All you have to do is walk out into a field where there's weeds growing, and you will be surrounded by food and medicine.
That's really adorable. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for sharing your wisdom and insights with us today. Your holistic approach to health and your dedication to both people and the planet are truly inspiring. And to all our listeners, remember that healing can start from within and manifest through our skin. Embrace the power of nature, prioritize your self care, and explore the benefits of holistic health practices. If you're looking for more guidance, be sure to check out Bonnie's work at Herbal and Veusebeia Phytotherapy Center. Thank you for tuning into Inner Peace Better Health. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's continue this journey towards better health and inner peace together. Until next time, stay healthy and stay inspired.